So as you guys know, I love braids, and lucky for me, they are trending right now. And especially with festival season coming up, they are trendier than ever. So I wanted to show you 3 of my favorite hairstyles for festival season, but also just for spring. Let's start off with the texture. I'm starting off with the Way hair oil, and this adds shine, it adds smoothness, and it helps to add a little bit of heat protection as well. So I'm just going to run that through my hands and then over my hair, brush it through, and then my hair is ready to be curled. You could also do this step after curling your hair to make sure that your ends look nice and polished. Now I'm going to take about 2-inch sections of hair and curl them, and I'm just running through my iron just like you normally would, but at the ends I'm kind of pulling my iron over the ends, and that way they're not as tight and ringlety, which gives you a cooler, more effortless looking wave. So I curled the first couple of pieces away from my face, but then I'm going to start alternating between curling toward my face and away from my face. That way you get a really nice, natural, everyday looking wave that looks really cool and modern. And I'm using a 1-inch barrel for this. This is the GHD Classic Curl Iron, and I like this iron because it has technology that makes your curls last extra long, which I can definitely use because I have fine hair. Once you've curled all the hair, it's ready to be texturized. So first I'm going to run my hand through my curls to kind of break them up, and then I'm adding in the Way texturizing hairspray. It's like a dry shampoo and a hairspray mixed together, so it gives you a lot of fullness and it holds your hairstyle in place. If you have fine hair, adding in texture like that is so important because it really helps just bring your braids to life. And now we're on to our first hairstyle, which you can do no matter how good or bad you are at braiding. You're just going to separate the top half of your hair and start putting that into a hair elastic. On your very last loop of the hair elastic, only pull part of your hair through so that you have a little bun forming, and leave those ends out. I like the messiness that adds to the hairstyle. Now just grab a section of hair on one side of the bun and begin braiding that just with the normal braid all the way down and secure the end with an elastic. It's that easy. If you want to get a little bit more complicated, you could maybe do a fishtail braid or any other kind of braid you want to do here. To finish it off, just grab a little piece from your ends and wrap that around the elastic really loosely and messily. This does not have to be perfect. And then pin that in place and you're done. I really like how relaxed this hairstyle is, and I think that it's perfect for any level of hairstyling. Even if you don't feel like you're very good at braids, if you can just do a basic braid, you can do this hairstyle. So now let's move on to what you can do if you want to kind of up your braid game. I'm going to sweep my hair straight back and then make a small rectangle right on top of my head. We're doing 3 braids on top, so this is going to be for our first braid. You're just going to take a small section right at the top of that rectangle, split it into 3, and begin braiding. Once you've got your braid underway, you can start adding in hair. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of hair, add it into my braiding section, and braid it in. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and you're going to keep doing that until you've gone about 3 to 4 inches back. Then you're just going to braid the rest of the hair normally, and once you get to the end, you can go ahead and secure it with an elastic. Then I'm adding in some more of that texturizing spray over my braid, and I'm going to pull and massage on the braid to get it as big and voluminous as possible. And once that's done, you're going to do the same thing on either side of the braid. So pick up another rectangular section and start braiding that about 3 to 4 inches, and then braid the rest normally. If the French braiding or inverted French braiding gets confusing for you, you can just take a rectangular section and braid the whole thing normally. You don't have to do the French braid stuff if that seems really complicated. It will still look really good if you just take a rectangular section and braid the whole thing normally. The French braiding is really just an interesting way to get your braid started, and it is a little bit similar to a cornrow technique, but I think because we're pulling it apart so much, it ends up looking really different towards the end and a little bit more like Viking-ish. So anyway, once you pulled everything apart, you're ready to go ahead and pull it up and into a ponytail. And then we're going to tie it into a knot to create the bun. So I'm literally tying my hair in a knot, and then all these kind of ends are going to jump out. So you're just going to go ahead and pin some of them down, or you can leave some of them out. I think the messiness definitely works for this. Now if you're going to a music festival, you're going to want some hold, so I'm using the Living Proof Flex Shaping Hairspray, and this has a really lightweight, flexible finish so that you can touch your hair throughout the day, you can dance, and it's going to feel great, totally natural, but it's going to stay in place. And that is it for this hairstyle. I think it's totally unique, really cool, and it's a great way to kind of up your braiding game. And finally, I had to do a braid crown. So what you're going to do is you're going to split your hair in half and clip one half out of the way. And we're going to basically do a lace braid all the way around your head, which means you're going to flip the first half of your hair all the way forward, split your hair in 3, and begin braiding. I'm braiding over the middle section this time. You can do whatever is easiest for you. So I'm gonna braid a couple of times to get my braid started, and then when I'm ready, I'm gonna start adding in hair from the side closest to my face. So you can see there's some hair hanging right there. I'm picking it up, putting it with my braid section, and braiding it in. And then I'm going to braid the other side normally without adding in any hair. And then again, next to my face, I'm picking up hair and I'm braiding it in. And then on the other side, I'm just braiding normally. And you're gonna keep doing that until all the hair from this half is in your braid. And it's kind of nice because gravity is working with you. All the hair that you need is literally sitting right there next to your hand. So it's a little bit easier than a normal French braid where you have to like pick up hair from all over your head. It's right there ready for you. So once you get all this done, this is actually the hardest part of the braid. Once you get that done, it is easy. You just let the rest of your hair down and keep braiding until you reach back at your starting point. Once you're there, you can go ahead and braid the rest of the hair normally and then secure it with an elastic. Then I'm going to lightly pull and massage on the braid just to give it a little bit more texture and kind of let the braid breathe, but it doesn't have to be super voluminous. Then I'm going to take the end of the braid and tuck it underneath our French braid and pin that in place. Then to let this hairstyle breathe just a little bit more, I decided to let go some little pieces of hair around my face so that I would have all these little wispies. And I think that helps this braid look a little bit more trendy and cool. So definitely feel free to kind of destroy the braid a little bit. And then I decided to add in some little flowers that I had laying around. I just took some clippings of fresh flowers and put them in my hair to create kind of a flower crown braid hybrid, and it was too much for me. I loved it so much I literally wore it while I was cooking dinner after I finished filming because I just thought it was too pretty. So that's it, my final uber bohemian princess hairstyle. I just loved it. It made me smile so much, and I kind of hope you guys love it too. And that's it for my festival braids. Thank you to Sephora for partnering with me on this video, and if you guys try out any of these braids, share them with me on social media with #braid and #TrendingAtSephora. I would love to see your recreations. That's it for now. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye!